What's up, YouTube? So today we're going to talk about my mini disc player real quick. Probably try to keep this video short, but we have the MD WALKMAN MZ-N510, and I actually have the JE515 or whatever, the house version, like the stack deck thing, you know. Here, pull it out of my closet real quick. Oh, it's in here. I dug it out of the box the other day. We're stuck on something at, of course, at the bottom of the box. Okay, it's like stuck to another cord of some other component, but here we go. We got the JE510. There it is, MDS. This is not intentional, guys. I picked this up for $7 at a thrift store. It's probably really dirty right now because it's been in storage. Those aren't scratches. Those are cat hairs. So it should still be pretty clean. Like the surfaces have maybe some scuffs, but like the face is pretty clean. However, I need to repair the won't focus. I need to repair this cart or replace it. I think I just need to go in there and put a new rubber band and clean it up and grease it. I haven't taken the time to do it, so it just sits in my closet for now. And that's really because I don't have my stack system set up right now in the living room. Everything is kind of like, the only thing that's sort of put together right now is my bedroom. So the living room is not put together at all. Anyhow, I'll get around to it. So I accidentally have the 510 in both the Walkman and a full-size version. No, I can't get a focus today. Can't get it to stay focused on stuff. But, yeah, so I've had this MiniDisc player since like 2001 or something, since it came out. So maybe there's a production somewhere on here. Anyway, I don't see a date or a production, but I'm thinking this came out around that time frame, 2000, early 2000s. And my friend bought one, and I had never seen one, period, because the internet wasn't like it is now. So like people didn't know stuff existed. Like these had been out in Japan forever and overseas, but in America they didn't really come to market until probably, like I said, around 2000, early 2000s. And by then we had competitors entering the market that took attention away from such a cool medium. I mean, you know, like these are the discs, right? They're cool. They're small. Like I could hide it in my palm. I remember I'd carry like 2 or 3 of them in my pocket. And I would actually use LP2. So these have several modes of recording. You only get like 180 megabytes or something of the largest of the mini disc groups, because they come in, I think, like 60, 74, and 80 minute discs. So the early ones were like an hour, and that's in full resolution, like, you know, the highest quality, which I don't know if initially they had any others really. I think that was like the standard, and then they had LP2 and LP4, which give you like a doubles, LP2 doubles, and then LP4 quadruples the amount of recording time, but it also destroys the quality. So I always would record in LP2 or higher. LP2 is like 150 kbps. Now, back in 2000, that was totally acceptable. 150 kbps, kilobits per second, was totally acceptable for audio quality from a portable audio perspective. that was fine because, you know, we were downloading MP3s at 128 kbps or less on the regular because the internet was slow. So we didn't download 320 kbps audio or FLAC because it just took days. You're like, no, it's going to take like a whole week to download that. So you didn't. You would just grab the 128 kbps, you know, one or two songs at a time. Anyway, so this was a different era when these were around. So you would, you know, I've been collecting audio off the internet like since that time frame or before. So I already had probably 10,000 songs in my collection of you know, crap audio, you know, like 128 and lower. And so this made perfect sense because memory was expensive. So for like $10, I think, I don't remember back then what I paid for them. I got a pack of like 5 of these discs, and some of which I still are in use, like that blue one there was one of them. And they're still recording, and like I had to clean the lens and the head, and to do that I just used some alcohol and a swab. Because when I first tried to record, it was like, it would start off strong, like it would be like 1%, 2%, 3%, and then it would get to like the last 10%, and it would be crawling. And then it got, like if you were uploading a whole album, it just got worse with time. Like it would get slower, like the next track would be like twice as long to send as the first one. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, you know what, let me clean the lens up. And I just cleaned it with some 91% alcohol, and the lens and the magnetic head, and now it does like a good steady like 1% every second or two, and it goes faster. And this is saying on like maybe a 5 or 6 minute track, so I'm gonna get whatever that translates into seconds per second. So I might be getting like 6 seconds of audio recorded for every second in real lifetime. And I think that's about the limit of how fast you can upload audio. It's like 1 megabit or something, or I don't know how to, let me think of how that would translate. It's like I said, it would be like 5 seconds, 5.6 seconds per second of real time. 5x recording, and that would be an SP. And you'd think you'd get faster in LP2 and LP4 because the bit rate's lower, but it doesn't really work out that way for some reason. It's still about 5. I think it goes slower on LP2 when you upload an LP2. Maybe that was because back then I had to compress it and stuff, and the computer had to do more work. This computer doesn't seem to do any work at all when it does the conversion, because it has to convert it to from whatever to A track, which is Sony's, not 8, but A, like the letter A, and then track, TRAC, might be a K in there, no, just A, there it is, ATRAC. And then they had, like I said, they had several revisions. So anyway, if we hit connect here, it'll pop up, and you'll see I got NETMD, and I'm just going to hit connect. Now, when I first did this, it didn't see it as NETMD. It didn't see it. So I had to go download a piece of software, which I don't remember the name of. I guess it would be probably recently downloaded. No? Well, whatever. I'll put it in the thing. Ah, crap, I closed the window. I'll put it in the comments. Open Chrome again. I don't work there anymore. I used to use this browser for that job when I worked for Newegg. And so it automatically goes to try to connect to like my login info and stuff. I need to change that. I haven't used this browser since many years ago. Let's go back to page connect, and it's on the internet. That's the crazy part. And I think you can actually get this to run offline. There's a trick to do that, but I haven't bothered with that yet. Okay, so there we go. There's all the songs that are on this mini disc right now, and then from here we can do everything you would do on the software, like the actual software. So you can wipe the disc, rename it. There's some homebrew stuff I haven't played with, song recognition. So I guess I don't know what this does. I haven't looked into it. I can play back audio from here, controlling it from the computer. So if I go ahead and switch to whatever audio that is, RCA. There it is. Now this is playing off the mini disc. Okay, enough demo. The world we live in is the band, and if you're into this type of music, you should check them out, because they're all over the internet. They're on YouTube, they are on Bandcamp or whatever, Camp Band. Okay, so back here, look, we could skip to like the middle of the song. Skip to wherever, go back, go to another track, and it's not instant. It's almost instant, but we got so spoiled, man, didn't we? Look, I gotta seek ahead. Okay, that was pretty quick. About a half a second, maybe a little more, until it picks up. Maybe a whole second. But we didn't come here to skip tracks. We came here to listen to albums. And I'm going to talk about that real quick. And turn down this beautiful music. So, I'm sitting here the other day on my phone. We're just going to focus on the mini disc player in all of its beauty. I'll get it in the light. And this, whatever this is like some kind of glue material. I was trying to, it's like the glue from some kind of device, like this, it's like a sticker material or something. Anyway, I'm like hitting it with alcohol and oil and stuff. I'm like, it will not come off. I'm like scrubbing the plastic off. Anyhow, we're gonna put the camera here. So, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, when you were younger, before all the technology came through, like you would put an album on and listen to it when you were listening to music. And that's what these do for the user. You look for a disc, like this is how I found them in this box from an old phone. There's an old Seagate in here, and I found some discs, and then I'm like, where's my player? And I keep it actually on display, so I go grab my player and throw the disc in, and I'm like, dude, this thing's working. It totally works. After I haven't played anything through it in a long time, and I wasn't sure if it would even work. Anyhow, I'm listen to the whole albums again. You know, started listening to entire albums again, and not being so short with our attention spans. Because, you know, when we're on our phones and our tablets and stuff, we're just like next thing. But I noticed that when I sat down with my MiniDisc player, I'm like, it was like I slowed down time back to, like, you know, the 90s or whatever. I'm like, now I'm like chilling. I got my music, I got something to drink, you know, got some smoke, you know, and I'm gonna enjoy my music for an hour or whatever, 45 minutes, and I'm gonna listen to every song on the album. And of course, you know, this is like a tape cassette, so you can make your own mixtapes of whatever, you know, put the tracks whatever order you want, whatever tracks you put on there. But I do like to put entire albums. I like doing that. I like to put a whole album on and then just let it, you know, let the album run and relax. Like, we gotta slow down, man. That's what I thought. I was like, I'm always just looking for the next song to listen to or the next video to watch. But I don't think that's good. I don't think it's been good for us. So I got some more mini discs on order. Gotta get some more blank ones coming. Start making more recordings to preserve this technology for the future. And I think about that too. I'm like, this is such a cool piece of technology that it's so cool that they're still producing blank mini discs, and you can go ahead and get on eBay and find them from Japan and get them sent here to America. They're not cheap, but that's okay. It makes you appreciate it more, I think. They're like $5 a piece. You can get used blanks, which I don't have a problem with that because they're cheap. You can get them for probably almost $1 a piece if you buy them in bulk, used, like 100, a lot of 100, which is probably what I'm going to do. And then just, I mean, the odds are that you get 100, say buy a lot of 100 used ones, they may have been used a couple of times each, or never. So you're basically getting brand new or almost new. And you might get some beat up ones in the mix, but when I was looking at the lots, I'm like, man, some of these are like pristine. So you're going to pay like a couple dollars a piece for them. But that's fine. It's like a hobby. You collect them. There's tons of different, you know, they come in all these different colors, and like you'll never see two of the same ones almost. Like you'll see the common ones, like which I have here, the gold and the blue, and I have a red, or I had red ones. I know one of them is stuck in my big player. The cart got jammed up, so I got to tear that one down and rebuild the cart on it. And I just haven't gotten to it. But that one's cool. That's a 510 also. I accidentally, I don't know if I said that or not, because I started you ever making a video and you make a cut and then you're like, I'm not going to use that cut, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm like, did I already talk about this, or was that last time? It don't matter, dude. I'm just saying, go ahead and get you a hobby that slows the time down for you. I guess that's why I like music, and that's why I remember liking music, was spending time just listening to the songs, you know, to the point where like you'd hear it come on the radio in the first 10th of a second. You could have told somebody what track that was, who band, you know, the band, the year, whatever you know about the song. We don't do that stuff anymore. I don't know. We got lost. We got 5 to 10 second attention spans. if you got this far in the video, consider subscribing, dude. And we'll make more videos talking about old tech, because I'm definitely gonna be grabbing more MiniDisc players, getting back into my hobbies. So we're getting back into audio. We got the little helicopters and the miniature stuff. Where's the other one? There he is. We got the Bow 105 or whatever flying around up there. So we're going to be talking about hobbies and all kinds of stuff on the channel. If you got this far, hit the subscribe button if you're into that kind of stuff. And watch for more content. We'll see you next time.